secular bull markets where you just buy everything and throw darts at the wall? Or are we in one of these sideways moving markets? Because today the market is back to where it was in 1998. We've been going sideways for 11 years. That's good news and bad news. The good news is if it's another period like this, we're 2/3 the way through it. The bad news is it's not going to go straight up anytime soon until we fix what's been broken. What's been broken? Consumer debt, government debt, okay? Too much stuff, not enough buyers. We got to get rid of some of the supply. We got to shrink the economy a little bit before we can grow. And it's probably not over yet, okay? Now, here's some good news though. If you look at the past 10-year rolling average, this shows you that there's the Great Depression. That's the only other time where on a 10-year period you have negative stock market results. This is the 70s. And this is where we were as of the end of the year. This is only the second time in the history of this country that we've ever had negative returns for a 10-year period. If you were going to sell, would you want to sell here? No. You'd want to sell up there, okay? When the average rates of return were double the historical average. Remember we said on average you make 10 to 11%? You were making 18% a year up there, double the average. But what did we think? We thought, oh, this is normal. No, it's not normal, okay? This is not normal either. If you don't need the money right now, we need to think like Baron Rothschild. We need to be buying the stuff where the blood is running in the street, because 20 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to look like geniuses. Now, does that mean to go buy Bank of America stock? No, because Bank of America could go to zero. But it does mean a good diversified portfolio of international and US stocks if you're a long-term. And now it feels like the wrong thing to do, but feelings aren't a good way. So here's a little bit to help you get some courage. This is from 1926 through recently. Orange is when the stock market's going up. Blue is when the stock market's going down, and this line right here is zero, okay? Now, which would you bet on, orange or blue?
Orange.
Orange. What do you learn? The ups are much higher and last a lot longer, don't they? The down markets are relatively brief and really don't go down that much. There's only been 5, so here's 80% loss, 50% loss, 50% loss, 50% loss, 50% loss. So we have 180 and 4 minus 50s. If you were a computer, if you thought like a computer, no emotion, analytical, just probability based, and you saw that the market was down 50%, would you sell or would you buy? You would buy. Because there's only been 1 out of 5 times that it went down more, right? Every other time it hit 50 and did what? Turned around and went back up. If we thought like a computer, strictly is there a chance that it could go down 80? Yeah, there is. It's happened before. It could happen again. But if you don't need the money, what's the big deal? Now this, I'm sounding very flippant, okay, because I understand how hard we all work. But again, this is the mentality you have to have. You have to learn to embrace risk if you want to make money, okay? If you're saying, I just saw that my 100,000 went to 50,000. I can't put more money in. How many of, I'm not going to ask you, but Rob and I work a lot with 401k plans. And you know what we observed? When the market was going down, instead of people getting excited and putting more money in, what do you think they did? They stopped. And this is what I heard them say. I'm not going to put good money after bad. Every time I get my statement, I put in my money, and whatever I put in disappeared. So why would I keep doing that? That's not smart. What you're forgetting is what you're buying. You're buying what? More units, more shares that will eventually go up in value. We think, well, I will put my money in when it stops going down, right? Great. All you have to do is tell me when it stopped going down. Has it stopped going down? I think so, but I don't know, because it could do what? Could go back down again. You don't know. Nobody does. You have an opinion, but you don't know. The people on CNBC, Maria Bartoloma, does she know? She does not know. None of those guests know either. Those are paid infomercials. They just don't admit it, right? I mean, every time somebody stands up, what's right behind their head? The name of their firm. It's an advertisement. It's like watching QVC or Home Shopping Network. They just aren't honest, okay? So you got to remember that. They don't know. There's nobody smart enough. Warren Buffett's the greatest investor of our generation, and he said, I don't know. If he doesn't know, I guarantee you these other knuckleheads don't. Okay? So stop looking for the one person who knows. There may be somebody like Schiller, who in hindsight guessed. But guess what? He's been bearish for 5 years. There's nothing you could have done with it. Okay? So what are we left with? In the final analysis, we're basically left with staying the course. Now, some of you, I got a little bit of time left, might say, you know what, Mac, I've heard all this. I didn't understand most of it.